Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Forest Job. You join us with the sad news that we have sold Bremer, the Brazilian centre back, for a fee of £4.76 million to Sporting. It's a sad day to say the least, but he did his very best for us. He's just a victim of the fact that we're a team that are in the ascendancy. We're able to sign bigger and better players, and he unfortunately had very much reached his peak some time ago. I'm slightly concerned about the fact that Joe Worrell is going to be the next of those players, and we do need to have a succession plan in place, because as much as Albiol is a fantastic player and will continue to become even better, I would like to have an Englishman at the back. I'm sentimental about these things. And I would like to try, if at all possible, to have a team which has something of an English core, or at the very least a core of players who understand what it is to play for Nottingham Forest. At the moment, you can see an awful lot of foreign names here. Um, Thankfully, this isn't Football Manager. I'm not going to be penalised for only having a certain percentage of English players in the squad, but it is still nice to try and be somewhat realistic and just make up a team of players that youth team players, things like that. Of course, it's very difficult with this game to make up a team with a lot of youth team players involved, because all of the youth team players at this point onwards are all former pros who have retired and been regenerated. I know I sound like a broken record. I do apologise. Anyway, let's get into the match today. As we go into the game plan, I'd like to remind you that you can subscribe to the channel and make sure never to miss another episode by clicking on the notification bell. If you enjoy what you see today, then feel free to click on the like button. That is very, very helpful to me, because not only does it show me that you're enjoying the videos, but it also makes sure that any time that somebody wants to watch a video that has anything to do with Pro Evolution Soccer, that they may be pointed towards this very video, or maybe a video just like it. We're just making a few changes here. Harry Wilson going to have a day off, is he, or is he not? I'm not so sure, actually. I think Asun Sao, he really is. I feel so sorry for Asun Sao. He played very little last year. He's going to play even less this year, but it is useful to have another player of his type in the squad. No real need to make any other massive changes. Nori hasn't played for us yet. He can play at left back instead of Yuri Ribeiro. And I do not trust my new goalkeeper enough, Diego Lopez, to play him ahead of Newell. Perhaps another goalkeeper would be a good idea to sign during the transfer window. But that's going to be our team for today. You see Tonali playing in a slightly more advanced role. I could even play Busquets as a central midfielder, couldn't I? And in fact, I think I will. So that's going to be what we do today. Tonali playing at defensive midfield, and Busquets, he's going to have to put his big boy britches on today, because he's going to be playing in central midfield for us. He's going to be the real pivot of this side. That's all the changes that I really need to make for today. We are going to change strips because red and white definitely do clash, so we'll be playing in blue for today. Hopefully that is not an omen of something to come. All of our good performances so far this season have come with our home kit on. So as we wait for the match to start, we remind ourselves that we are in the Champions League this year for the first time in the first time ever in the Champions League, first time in the European Champions Cup of any sort for well over 40 years. And there is the International Champions Cup of Asia, which is up for grabs today. The winner of the match between these two teams will lift the silverware. And wouldn't it be a lovely start to the season if we could lift another trophy to go alongside our Premier League winners' trophy? Well, they're a good side that like to play it on the floor. That much is very obvious early on. It's Correa. Oh, it's a good pass into Ross. Back to Correa again, looking for the cross perhaps. Yeah, I think they were, but Hernandez it falls to, and he's going to launch one forward to Arcas. Botman should deal with this. Gets it back to Stankovic, and away it goes down the right-hand side. But Arcas is going to pick this one up, and it's not offside because it was a Ajax player that oh dear, Zafuk has completely lost that one. They're a strong side as well as a good technical side. Going to have to be careful because they're going to win the ball off of us a lot, I think. Zafuk should win that header. He does. But the second ball falls to Ajax. What is Zafuk doing there? Into the middle, goalkeeper punches. And eventually does gather the ball. And it's played out to Nori on this left-hand side. Now Malejo, back to Nori again. Back into Malejo. Hernandez being held off by Alvarez, but he's got the ball here. And somehow it's kept out. Malejo, cross into the middle. Pass doesn't reach anyone. Salisu wins the header. We've got the ball back. Tonali. Tonali again. Ait Nouri. Worrell. Cross into the box. Arcas underneath. A little bit of pressure for Ajax to soak up now. It's going to come right back to them again because here's Tonali. Malejo. Hernandez. Shot on goal, and it's just gone wide. But the goalkeeper really had to stretch to make sure of it. Could I have squared it to Arcas? Possibly, but there's no telling if the defender would have zipped across and intercepted the ball. I think we made the right choice to go with what we did. Now, Guerrero and Worrell competing for the ball. Foul given. Apparently, Worrell has fouled the player with his cock. I wasn't aware that that was possible, but apparently it is. Joe Worrell obviously is harbouring a lethal weapon in those shorts as Ait Nouri manages to clear the ball. Worrell wins it off of his man in a really dangerous area. Oh, hello. If only Arcas had continued his run. Well, it's come off of Arcas anyway. That's not the pass that I wanted. I would have preferred to bypass Hernandez and get the ball straight up to Arcas, but it is what it is. Pelkas giving a good account of ourselves here. Tonali. Malejo chasing, and it's played out under pressure. It'll be a throw in to Forest here on the left-hand side. Here's Nouri. Tonali crosses one in. Arcas underneath. Look to try and head it back across. Lovely ball out to Nouri. Can he find a cross? No. And, well, that's an interesting attempt to play the ball from Victor Malejo. Oh, Salisu does really well. Cross into the box. Hernandez! Well, he could have done better, but it was a difficult chance on his unfavoured foot. I think we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt, but that's lovely pressure from Salisu. What he's doing that far up the pitch, I have no idea whatsoever. I've just realised that we're playing with the full swingers again, because the change that I made last time, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, was made in the in-game match screen rather than game plan, so it's not been saved. That's a good ball into Hernandez. Couldn't return the favour for Loschek. And I wasn't expecting the ball to get to Arcas, hence why he hit a really, really powerful pass, which just floated into the hands of the goalkeeper. Mallejo's doing a great job on this left-hand side. He's a really solid player. He might not be the best defensively, but he really puts up a fight every time that there's a ball to be won. Now here's Tonali. Not quite what I wanted, but it was a good attempt. It was a rushed attempt at a pass. Hence, I think, why it ended up the way it did. And there's the half-time whistle. It's been a tight affair in this first half, as you would expect from the two teams that top the table. Some may be surprised that free-scoring Ajax have yet to really register a goal. Certainly, they've only registered the one shot. It was on target. It felt fairly safe, that first half, I have to say. And now I've tempted fate. They'll go on to score a hat-trick of goals in this second half as Tonali picks up the ball and then loses it. And here's the first of those goals that I was worried about, as Worrell wins the ball from Guerrero. Nice little tricks and flicks from the Ajax players, but still nothing really coming off for them. Here's Nori, plays it back to Tonali, now to Busquets, to Zafuk. Loschek chests it down. Zafuk loses it, unfortunately. Loschek's really struggling to keep up with Pelkas here. And in the end, Pelkas manages to body him away and continues his run. Busquets gets a foot in, and that's really well done from the Spaniard. And the cross runs all the way through. Guerrero's going to pick this one up, and well, it was an optimistic attempt at a cross from Guerrero in that situation. Probably could have afforded to take a touch away from goal first. But there you go. Sometimes these things happen. Here's Loschek. Hernandez just offside when the ball was played, according to the referee. Yeah. And let's look at making some changes. Hernandez has done okay, but again, he's not scored for us. I think Nketiah to come on for him. And we'll keep Pellegrini in reserve for now, but I think Pellegrini up front alongside Nketiah could be a really effective big man, little man partnership. Nothing else really screaming out to me as regards changes to be made. I'm just wondering if we put Somakers on at right back, it gives us a slightly more attacking option at right back, but then Frimpong is also very, very good going forward, very speedy, equally as good defensively. I think that's the change that we'll make at right back. And maybe, is there a change to be made at centre midfield? We could place Arcas in centre midfield and then make the change for Pellegrini that we were talking about before. And I think we will do that. Play slightly deeper, and we could perhaps look to launch it into him and get him to head it down for Nketiah. Both of those players very good at heading the ball. Pellegrini being a target man, of course it comes naturally to him, but Nketiah, for such a slight player, it really is surprising at just how good he is at heading the ball. Now here's Pellegrini through to Kloschek. Can he find a cross? Not quite. Couldn't cut it back hard enough. And Malejo. I thought for a second he was going to take it away from his man, but ended up playing right into the path of the Ajax player. Oh, what's that? We're getting each other's way. Thankfully, Newball is a good goalkeeper who can handle those kind of shots, because we really played ourselves into all kinds of trouble there. That's lovely from Arcas into Frimpong. Oh, so close. So close. The idea was there. Kloschek had continued his run. Well, I'm not even sure what to say about that. That is an excellent cross into the box, beautifully weighted. And Gravenberch has made an absolute fool of us. Both centre-backs losing their man. What can you say? I'm not even angry. It's just, it's one of those passes which is absolutely undefendable. And when your central defenders are out of position as they were, and not even by that much. Oh, that's poor from Kloschek. I'm expecting better control on the ball from him than that. Well, we get the throw in back. 75 minutes on the clock, 15 minutes to get an equaliser. Even an equaliser isn't going to do us anything though, because goal difference would probably dictate that Ajax be the winner of this match, as Kloschek has the ball, plays it in. Oh, it's gone in the back of the net, but the goalkeeper's already whistled. And I think it's for offside. No, it's... Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That is the softest foul I have ever seen in my life. And I hope somebody sends this to Konami so they can see that. Because if you ever needed a perfect illustration of the collision system screwing players over, that is a stonewall example. Absolutely awful. Kleiber into the middle, Worrell. That's a lovely ball from Tonali, but it's just come off of one of the Ajax players, and unfortunately it's turned a very good ball into a pretty bad one. Kloschek is really running on fumes now. Can he find a ball into Nketiah? He might have done, you know. How do they find these tackles? What on earth? They're just finding it far too easy to tackle us now, unfortunately, and I think any chance of winning this International Champions Cup have really left us after that goal from Gravenberch. Well, it's lovely play, it's just no end result. We've played some lovely football today, but we've not been rewarded for any of it. It's sad when that happens, but it does happen. Both wingers are absolutely on fumes, so we're going to make a change for both of them. Wilson with a cross into the box. Botman deals easily. Marcelino, sorry. They're just playing the ball around, playing keep ball. It's a very good way of making sure that you can see out the rest of the game. And there we go. You can see the real pain on the face and in the body language of the Forest players. They've worked so hard to win this competition. But if you're going to be beaten, then let it be by a goal of the exceptional quality and craft of the one that we saw Ajax score today. Gravenberch was on a whole other level, and whoever it was that found that pass, goodness gracious me. So there we have it, PSG winning against CSKA Moscow, not particularly convincingly either, you have to say. And the final table has a nice feeling of numerical order to it, with Ajax on 9 points, Nottingham Forest on 6, PSG on 3, and Moscow in last place on 0. So, second best team in the International Champions Cup. I can certainly take that, as disappointing as it is. Next time when we return, it will be for the FA Charity Shield, or as it's known now, the Community Shield. Till then, I'll leave you with this cinematic where my backroom staff are apparently busting my balls about the fact that I didn't play Albiol enough. Well, I guess my talking outlived the the cutscene, so I'll take this time to wish you a happy remainder of your Wednesday, and I hope to see you back here tomorrow for that Community Shield match against Manchester City. City will, of course, be looking for some vengeance after we clinched the Premier League against them last time we met. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.